morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with CEF. It is so great to see you all here and to know that we've got a way for you to see me directly from your homes and offices via YouTube Live. I'm your host, Johnny Munoz, and I'm the Engagement and Stewardship Manager for CEF. Wow, what a pleasure it is to be here in the newly renovated theater on the campus of Cathedral High School in Los Angeles, on the heels of an exciting season of baseball here in the Chavez Ravine. Hey, last year champs, this year not quite, but through and through, we are a city that loves and lives for Dodger Blue. Since we are right across the street, and for over 10 years, about 20,000 people line up at the starting line of the LA Marathon from the iconic Dodger Stadium, I thought it was appropriate to represent for this year's 2021 CEF Racing Team episode. Hope you like the jersey. So as you may have noticed as well, we have a slightly different setup here behind me. And it goes without saying that we are super grateful that we are able to host another Coffee with CEF episode here. So thank you, Cathedral. From what I hear, the boys are through the roof with excitement to be hosting their fall musical once again after a 2-year hiatus, with the last one being in 2019. If you haven't realized, believe it or not, we are on the set of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. They are set to be opening next weekend, so make sure you make it out to one of their showings and show your support for the boys. They've been waiting a long time for this, so that's great. This, believe it or not, is our 35th episode of Coffee with CEF. And this morning, it is all about the 2021 CEF Racing Team. In our third year, the CEF Racing Team will be running all 3 races: the LA Marathon, the Charity Challenge, and the LA Big 5K. These races will be on both November 6th and 7th, and we are asking you to join us. And don't worry, because there's still time to be a part of the CEF Racing Team at this year's LA Marathon, and we're here to let you know how. We have placed postcards at each of your seats that explain the 3 easy steps it takes to be a part of this year's team. To date, we have raised over $6,000, and we have some runners who have already reached their fundraising minimum of $1,000. All funds raised from this initiative will go to funding the tuition awards program at the Catholic Education Foundation, where all donations are 100% tax deductible and go directly to the families and students who deserve them. And now, without further ado, I am so happy, and I want to introduce you to our special guest for this morning's show. She is a CEF alum and currently the vice principal of her alma mater, Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto High School. She is one of the founding members of our CEF Racing Team, running in her 3rd consecutive year with the team. She was the first female runner and has proceeded to recruit 6 runners who have collectively raised over $10,000 for CEF over the span of those 3 years. She brought in the most donors amongst all the runners in that first year and has hosted CEF Racing Team events at her school, held fundraisers to support those runners representing Bishop Conaty, and has partnered with CEF on several occasions to give her testimony on why Catholic education is important to her. She embodies drive, passion, service, and leadership that extends to all those around her. We are absolutely thrilled and honored to have her here with us today, in the middle of the school week, mind you. So join me and let's give it up for Jackie Lucero. Cheers, I love it. Seems like we got people in the stands for you. This is great. Thank you everyone for showing support. Yes. This is amazing. So happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me.
Yes, there was a lot of rain this week, but it seems like the skies cleared up for us, huh?
Yes, It's much better this morning, even though traffic was not cooperating. There was less traffic on Monday on a rainy day than today.
You see, it's been 16 years that I've been in LA, and I still haven't gotten a hold of the traffic patterns here. So I'm glad you made it here safe. So that's good. And so, like we always do, I want to ask a little bit about your coffee mug and what you have inside before we get our questions started.
Okay, so I must show it off.
Yes.
This is my Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto mug.
Oh.
The reason why I'm here today.
Yeah.
So, I'm drinking water. I need to hydrate for this marathon next week.
Yes. That is so good. So you got your priorities straight. That's
Yes.
amazing. I am also running, but I'm drinking coffee this morning, and this is out of our CEF mug. 2 or 3 cups, that usually doesn't do it for me, but I got to get on the hydration train soon. That's a good reminder. Okay, so we're going to get started. I hear that you're always up for a challenge. And that literally is what exudes from you, and I know that your staff could probably echo that sentiment as well. Now, if I were to ask, would you say that you are competitive? And if so, show us some examples of how that is true.
Absolutely. Competitive is probably my middle name. I am. I don't know how to lose.
Yep.
So it's all about winning and competition. And I will share the story of how I got to this point. So 3 years ago, we were at Bishop Conaty. It was a CEF event. We were processing financial aid applications for our students. And Andrew, who loves hearing, said to me, "Are you a runner?" And I looked at Andrew like, "No." "Why do you think I'm a runner? Is it because you see me running all over campus?" And he's like, "No, really, are you a runner?"
Yeah.
And I thought, "No, why are you asking me?" And he says, "Well, CEF is sponsoring the marathon this year. We're going to have an event where we need runners to participate." And I looked at him like he was out of his mind. And I thought, "No way, Andrew, I can't run the marathon." And so he starts naming schools that had already committed to run. And so he says, Martin at Cathedral is running, Alex at Salesian is running, and he says, and Raymond at Sacred Heart is running. Well, the minute he said that to me, I said, "Well, of course I'm running. I'm very competitive, and if they're going to run, then I'm going to run, and my school's going to be represented." So that is just an example of how competitive I can be. Throughout the fundraising process, I constantly monitor my page.
Yes. Yep.
And I'm making sure that I'm keeping up with the donations. Right now, my other 2 runners, Mr. Felix and Kenneth, are ahead of me, and they don't know I'm competing against them, but I am.
This is perfect time to let them know.
Please donate. So yes, I'm very competitive. Even before this, when I was at Alverno High School, I was a class moderator. And again, being a class moderator, competing for events, Spirit Week and things like that, my class always had to win. So there's something about, just inspiring those around me to compete. My colleagues who are also running with me, lots of friendly competition with them at school, constantly telling faculty and staff, "Please donate to me, not to my fellow runners." But it's friendly, it's very friendly. But yes, I would say I'm definitely very competitive.
Yes, that's amazing. I would say, I think it's your passion that goes hand in hand with the competitiveness.
Yes.
Really, so.
Well, especially if it's something I believe in.
Yes. Oh, that's
And
great.
so supporting my students as a class moderator, of course I believe in them. I believe in bringing out that school spirit and the camaraderie and sisterhood. And so all of that translates into, everything that I do.
Wow. I think the girls are very lucky to have you there, especially to embody that soul at the school. So I'm sure they're very appreciative. They're very lucky, that's for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
And so running, I know you kind of gave us a little bit of kind of how that came about, and competition between Sacred Heart High School, which is the other all-girls school that is closely sort of in geographical location to where we're at now. But were you sort of on the running team when you went to Bishop Conaty? What sports did you play when you were in school?
Actually, in no way, shape, or form am I an athlete. I have never run before.
Wow.
Just like I told Andrew, no, I don't run.
Right.
I've never run before. High school, interestingly enough, in high school, my sophomore year, I was on the volleyball team. I think I was only on the volleyball team because of my height. I think I'm not a very good athlete, but because I was tall and I was able to be that person that blocked, I was on the team. Other than that, I don't run. I love sports, again, competitive, but I don't run, and just knowing that this is kind of a competition is what drives me to do it.
That's really interesting to find out as well too, because we kind of had this like two-sided approach with the CEF Racing Team, right? Let's try to get those who are love running. That's just something they do. They're very athletic because they're already kind of into that, and so maybe they may want to do it for a greater cause. And so let's introduce CEF in that method. And then we have the other side of the coin where people are so committed to giving our students and our families a chance to be in the Catholic schools that they attend. And you know what? Maybe some of them will be up for the challenge of jumping out into the city and being a part of the LA Marathon in a way that maybe other years they may not have, and so that's kind of the double approach. And it's nice to know that, hey, you were not that athletic. It's that you have a true passion for Catholic education.
I have a passion, I'm competitive, and this is why I'm doing it for the third year in a row. Because when you asked, and it was you and Teresa who asked, oh, will you run? And I thought, no, I've done it twice. But again, there's that drag, there's that competition just within myself, and proving that, I can do this, and I can continue to fundraise. And one of my teachers mentioned to me, like, how are you going to get people to donate for a third year? Right. And I thought, well, they have no choice. They're going to support me. This is for a great cause. So I will do it, and I will commit to fundraise, and I'm excited to do it.
Oh, thank you so much, Jackie. And I can echo that as well too, is that every year there is a need. The need doesn't really go away. And so we're glad to have you again in your third year. And so just refresh my memory, the first year you ran the full, the second year?
I ran the full.
You also ran the full?
I did.
And then this year you're going to be running
I'm doing the half marathon this year and the 5K on Saturday morning.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. That's awesome. You're going to use the 5K as sort of like an opener to the legs, or is
Absolutely.
Are you going to go for a straight fast time on 5Ks too?
No, I need to practice because I have had no time to train. So I figured that Saturday morning would be a good start for me.
Right. It's very inspirational too, especially after these past 2 years. Like that was a question of ours, and hey, let's go out there and see who's going to join the team. And it's been a little tough, and so it's very nice to have you back.
Thank
That's so
you.
amazing. So we'll actually go now into the recruitment of your runners. You've recruited 6 runners. They also have done really well with their fundraising, and they've all crossed the finish line. And so there's a sort of a prospecting that you probably go through to figure out who are going to be the best potential runners. And so I want to know, in the past, have people said yes because maybe you're their boss? Or are they truly, really, just a friend, and they really want to be there? Like, what are the tactics that you use for recruiting the runners?
Okay, I think it's a little bit of both. I recruited four teachers from Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto High School. I think they may have said yes because I'm their boss, but really, I think it's more of a friendly relationship. I also took advantage of the fact that Mr. Delaney is a runner, so I knew Mr. Delaney would say yes. He claims he did not get recruited by me, but he did. Miss Poe had run a marathon in the past. Miss Feldman had run a half marathon, and so I figured these colleagues of mine are not only my friends, but they're runners, so it would be easy for them to say yes. And I know that they believe in the same thing that I believe in. Like, we are at Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto, because of our students, and we know that our students are there thanks to the support of CEF. And so we knew that this was the right thing to do. So again, I think it was just both that assisted me in recruiting them. I also recruited my sister 1 year, the second year I believe she ran. she had been one of my donors the first year. And the second year, when I approached her to ask her to donate again, she said, I want to run with you this time. And I thought, oh, that's wonderful. Are you going to fundraise with me, though? And she said, yes. So I thought, okay, I will let you join me. And so that was great. And the last one was a parent who, again, runner himself. Right. So it's a lot easier to recruit when they're runners.
Yes.
I think you'll only recruit if you're not a runner, if you're that competitive like me. Otherwise, they have to be runners.
Oh, for sure. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And so I do want to give congratulations and just gratitude to those teachers that she mentioned. We have Damien and we have Shannon here in the audience as well too. So thanks for joining the team and showing your support. This is great. Thank you. Now I'm going to move over to sort of the philanthropic side of things here. And so I truly believe that it is very important to give back, whether that be resources, time, financially. It's just something that really kind of sets the tone for a good day, a good life. And so I can only imagine that is very important to you as well too. And so if you could paint a picture a little bit on the importance of giving back and why you find it so essential to what you do.
Like you just mentioned, philanthropy is so important that it is my responsibility to make sure that I pass that on to my students. So when I ran the first marathon, I remember talking to my fellow runners, friends, about how we were going to raise this money and how we were going to get the students involved so that they understood the importance of giving back. And so I would say 93% of our student population is funded by CEF. So Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto, has so much to be grateful for. And so our students needed to understand that. So we decided that we would have a fundraiser to promote the marathon and CEF and all of that. So, of course, the easiest thing that you can do at a Catholic high school to get students to participate and donate is offer free dress. So we had a free dress fundraiser. We raised almost $700.
I remember.
Which then we divided amongst the runners and donated. But we held an assembly in the gym, and then we talked about it and just shared with them our experience and why we're doing it. And at the end of the day, it's because of them. Like, all of us are here to support them. And so to lead by example and be that role model that they look up to, I hope that they learn to do the same, to give back, because it's so important to give back and show your gratitude for everything that's been given to us. Right. So even this group here, I'll give you another example or another story. I was going to bring girls to today's show, and unfortunately not all of them could make it. But even when I handpicked them, I made sure they were CEF recipients, members of student council, ambassadors, and things like that. But when I brought them into my office, I started asking them, talk to me about what CEF is. And so, okay, Catholic Education Foundation. I was like, okay, and what do they do? And, they provide tuition assistance and financial aid. And so, okay, great. How many of you would be here if it was not for CEF? And they all said, yes, this is why we're here. And so I said, okay, well, I have this opportunity to bring you to the show so that you can see everything that I've done, so that one day you do the same. Give back, show again your gratitude. It's so important for them to understand that if it wasn't for the generosity of so many donors, that none of us would be in this situation. I mean, I, as an alum of Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto, was just like my students at one point. You know, I was a CEF recipient myself. I am forever grateful for that opportunity. Right. And so my obligation is to give back and to show my students that that is exactly what's required of them as well.
Wow, how generous of you. That's well said. Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I think that, I mean, you being the model there and doing it in these various ways, I know for sure that these students are definitely going to follow in those footsteps. And
yes,
so,
and I did mention to them, I'm not a runner. I don't like to do this. You know,
right.
I'm not doing it because I enjoy running or anything like that. I'm doing it to show my support, to show my gratitude, to show how important this cause is for me.
Wow.
And so please remember that, ladies in the audience.
Yes, that too. We do, and she was able to bring some of the girls from Bishop Conaty as well to join us today. So thank you for being here. Yes. This is great. Always want to honor that, and so that's one of our approaches that we see in our horizon too as well, is getting the alumni engaged and making sure our students also know sort of who CEF is, and providing them that opportunity to also contribute in some sort of way. And maybe they will run next year. Who knows? We do have various distances, so don't think it's too much. You're always able to do more than you think you can.
Of course, absolutely. And one of them will tell you, I don't believe in excuses. So there are no excuses. We have to do this, and so that's what this is about.
That gets you to the finish line much faster when you don't have any of those excuses. Oh, that's beautiful. And so, you know what? I'll wrap it up with this last question. And so, feel free on your answer to approach it at whatever angle you'd like as well too. Whether it be your own personal life and possibly for the students as well too. But the impact that you have seen throughout your life pertaining to your Catholic education, how important was that impact that you went to a Catholic school? Has that set the trajectory of where you are today? If you could speak a little bit to that and sort of the impact of Catholic education possibly on your students as well.
Absolutely. Catholic education has had a tremendous impact in my life. Catholic education is something that my mother firmly believed in. And although she was a single mother, she sacrificed to make sure that my brothers and I attended Catholic schools. And so that was so important to me to my mother, that then it became an important part of my life and who I am. And so to see my mother work so hard and give us everything that she gave us, and with the assistance, again, as I mentioned earlier, of CEF, the combination of those two have brought me to this place today. And so for me, Catholic education was one of the most valued and precious things that my mother could have given me. I can't imagine what my life would have been like in a public school. The community, growing up, having friendships that have lasted a long time. All of that is so important that when I became a mother, Catholic education was the only option for my sons. And so, again, when I was younger, my two sons also benefited from CEF. I have received so much from this organization that I'm truly thankful and blessed, and just have so much to thank you for. And so being able to have my sons in Catholic schools meant a lot to me. I think if it wasn't for a Catholic education, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. Being able to go to Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto, becoming a woman of faith and responsibility and learning and vision, that to me is priceless. And I hope that I am instilling those same values in my students. I hope that they appreciate all the sacrifices that their parents do for them, because when they grow up and they are, professionals, they're going to understand, I appreciate everything my parents did for me. And so just like I'm grateful to my mother, I hope they're grateful to their parents. I hope they're grateful to, again, CEF. I hope they give back. I hope that I'm just being the role model that I hope I am for them. And so, yeah, I think, beautiful. Yeah, very, very important. There's no other option for me. Yes, Catholic education is definitely a gift. Right. And so,
yeah, that's amazing, Jackie. Well, thank you so much. You are a true advocate for CEF, and it shows through everything you do, and for being here, and the team that you brought today as well too. And and you are definitely a true wildcat as well too. To go back to your school and to honor those values that you just mentioned too for your girls, and learning and having all of those in the center of what you do. So we're very appreciative to have you today and to have you in our Catholic schools. You are a guiding light for them. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jackie. If you have any questions for Jackie or want to get any more information about Bishop Conaty, Our Lady of Loretto High School, please feel free to visit their website at
www.bishopconatyloretto.org.
Perfect. I just didn't want to make sure. I want to make sure I didn't get it wrong. And that's 1 R, 2 T's, right?
1 R, 2 T's.
That's amazing. We are very honored to have been able to speak with you. And we're just so happy that you'll be running this year again, 3rd year in a row. And so thanks for bringing the crew. And we wish you nothing but success on your
thank you for having me. Honestly, I was very honored and humbled when I received your email. I was kind of shocked and thought, okay, I can do this. I didn't realize all of the positives that I had brought to the table in terms of the donors and the financial assistance and all of that. But I couldn't have done it without the support of many of the people who are here today, my students, my colleagues, my friends, my family, my sons, and all of those that have gotten to know me throughout the years. I appreciate all the support that I've received. So I'm very, very grateful. And thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So we're going to invite you again. And we have in the past. And so let's stay in touch, obviously, and keep hydrated. I know it's coming right around the corner.
Next week.
Awesome, Jackie. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a bit. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Jackie one more time. Wow. So this next moment is where we get to honor the commitment that's been made by our runners this year. Despite the hardships of the past 2 years, we are extremely blessed to have courageous and generous souls dedicating themselves to ensure that the mission of CEF is carried out. And so with that being said, we're going to have a little bit of interactivity here. And so I'm going to invite all of the CEF Racing Team members who were able to make it today to come on stage. Join me on stage and let's take a photo and let's commemorate this year the right way. So if you are a part of the CEF Racing Team in any capacity at any distance, we got stairs here on this side and stairs on this side. And if you can come join me on stage, that would be amazing. Thank you. That's our staff members too. Make sure you come out. And we're going to take a screenshot, so no need for a photographer. As long as you guys just come up. We've got stairs here on the left and also here on the right too. Thank you, everyone. This is amazing. Please, yes, and of course Jackie, she made it out. Talk about a costume change. That's great. So why don't we have you guys all line up in front of the carpet here? Maybe just right here in front of it, and then we'll go all the way across. That way we're well lit. Hi, nice to see you. This is awesome. Damien, how are you? Martin, Thank you so much. And we'll line up right here. I'm going to say a few words first, and then maybe I'll slide in right here in the middle. But let's give them a round of applause. This is great. This is so amazing. So great. And so now, as some of our official members of this year's CEF Racing Team stand here before us, we will use this opportunity to ask all who are here with us via live stream and also here in the theater to join us in helping these runners reach their personal fundraising goals of $1,000 each by visiting www.cefracingteam.fundraise.org and getting them one step closer to crossing that fundraising finish line. So let's go ahead. I'm going to squeeze in here and we'll do a little screenshot after post-production, but let's take that photo. Nice smiles behind the masks. Oh, this is great. Cheese, cheese, and cheese. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. And so we will see you out on the course. Keep training, and let's hear it up. Let's hear it for them. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I got to tell you, we are eternally grateful for their efforts in sharing our common goal of spreading the word of the importance of Catholic education. Our CEF Racing Team truly is the backbone of our street team, and we consider all of you our #1 fundraiser. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. And remember, it is literally next weekend. So good luck, happy training. This is going to be on Saturday, November 6th, which is the 5K. And on Sunday, we have the half marathon and the full marathon on the 7th, which is that very next day. And so please make it out there and make sure you guys cheer them on. This is going to be such a great initiative for us as well this year in our 3rd year. And so we'll go ahead and moving on to the very next piece of today's episode is we're going to have actually a brief demonstration for those of you online watching via YouTube. I'm going to give you a few elements of our sign-up process so that way you guys can successfully sign up for our team this year if you are interested and ready to join our team. And so 2021 CEF Racing Team. As a runner, you will navigate your way to our event page at www.cefracingteam.fundraise.org, where this will serve as your hub for all things CEF Racing Team. Now to join, we have 3 easy steps. Number 1, click on the link at the top of the screen titled Learn More. As it drops down, you're going to click on registration form. Make sure you fill out that form completely so that way we can obtain the information needed to provide you all with an impactful experience. Number 2, click on the link in the center of that screen titled Join Team, and there's where you'll be able to proceed to create your profile, upload your preferred photo. Doing this will help to anchor your fundraising page with a dedicated and passionate smile. You will also be able to provide your reasons for running and share your photos with your supporters as you train for your race. And lastly, we are asking all CEF Racing Team runners to be the first donor on their respective fundraising journeys in the amount according to their race distance. This best practice allows for your personal commitment of reaching and exceeding your fundraising goal to be that initial inspiration for your supporters to also take action in providing essential funds for the students of our LA Archdiocese. So, if you're running the entire 26.2 miles of this year's LA Marathon, we ask that you jumpstart your fundraising with a donation of $100. If you are choosing to run the Charity Challenge, which is a half marathon, set the tone with a donation of $75. And if you are getting ahead of the weekend by running the LA Big 5K on Saturday, we ask that you make the first donation of $40. Once you do all 3 of these steps, CEF will send you your personal and confidential link so that you can officially sign up for this year's LA Marathon. You got time, so please sign up. Now, this next part of our show is truly my favorite. We were able to get together a really nice piece to share with you all. And so this year, 174 students have an opportunity to excel in their studies. 174 students have the chance to reach even higher towards their career goals. And 174 students this year have the honor of experiencing genuine encounter with our Lord Jesus Christ as they walk the halls each day. These 174 students then go into their respective homes, share their values, and use the skills they've learned alongside with their families And in return, our communities are strengthened and forever changed. With the generous support from our loyal CEF donors and from donors like you who are here this morning, both online and in the audience today, it is a collective mission that takes a true laser-focused village to deliver the quality education that these students deserve. Because of this reality, we would like to share a very special piece of what we think brings true form and light to the spectacular impact that is made when we all come together and we answer the call of caring and loving one another. So take a look at this video the boys at Cathedral have prepared for you today.
Very thankful for the Catholic Education Foundation that currently is sponsoring 174 Cathedral students. This year we are receiving over $500,000 in scholarship assistance for our students, and we're very, very appreciative for giving the opportunity for our students to receive a quality education. We're here basically just to thank the Catholic Education Foundation for giving us the opportunity to have students here on our campus that can benefit from the program that we have to offer. Cathedral High School, deep in the history of De La Salle, we believe that anyone who can benefit from a quality Catholic education should have the opportunity. And the Catholic Education Foundation is partnering with us to offer scholarships to our students, and we're very, very appreciative. So we wanted to thank the Catholic Education Foundation. So guys, can you give them a thank you for all that they do for us? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, CEF!
So grateful. Thank you very much for creating and sharing that with us today. Thanks, Martin. That was truly remarkable. And those are the future fathers, the future leaders, and stewards of our community. Congratulations on being able to return to your campus with your classmates and getting back to those activities that truly bring us together. And so before we conclude this morning's episode, I'd love to invite CEF's Executive Director, Doug Cooper, to share a few words. Doug, why don't you come on up?
Thank you, Johnny,
So nice
for
to
a
see you.
wonderful show today. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Doug Cooper, and it's my privilege to be the Executive Director of the Catholic Education Foundation. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank you, Johnny, for this incredible presentation today, and to Jackie Lucero, our incredible guest from Bishop Conaty. Your words were so inspirational for all of us. And to have your mom, who you referenced in your remarks today, it was my privilege to meet her earlier today, and your brothers. It's really special to have your family here. And also the incredible young women from Bishop Conaty. I had joked with Jackie that my mom is an alum of Bishop Conaty, and it was really a pleasure to meet all of you girls today. So thank you for being here to support your vice principal. Also, I wanted to thank the incredible community here at Cathedral High School, Martin, Brother John, the Broadcast Club. You young men have done an incredible job, and it's a blessing for us to partner with you for these episodes of Coffee with CEF. As all of you know, the mission of the Catholic Education Foundation is to provide tuition assistance to the most financially deserving and underserved students and families in our communities in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. The Archdiocese of Los Angeles spans the counties of Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and Ventura. And last year we provided tuition assistance to over 10,000 students, but we can't do it without you, and we're so appreciative of your continued support and generosity. So this opportunity to have sponsorship opportunities, or if you'd like to join us, it's still not too late. Yeah. Please join us. You've received these postcards in the mail at home. We'd love to have your support. So thank you again to all of you for being with us today. Thank you, Johnny, and to the staff of CEF. And if you'd like to join us out on the marathon course, cheering on our CEF runners, we'd love to have you. So thank you again. Have a great morning, and blessings to you and your family. Thank you, Johnny.
Thanks, Doug. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's give it up for Doug. Thank you, everyone. This is the time where we conclude and we say our goodbyes. And so before we leave, I just want to leave you with a few more things. Stay tuned for our next episode of Coffee with CEF in 2022. Also, please get out there, like Doug said, on the course at any part of those 26 miles. It's truly remarkable to see all the communities come out and really cheer on those thousands of people out there. And so if you get a chance to get out there, cheer on our CEF Racing Team as they fearlessly take to the streets and fly the colors of CEF throughout all those great communities. And lastly, don't forget to go now. Support the CEF Racing Team runners as they strive to raise funds for the families and students of our Archdiocese of Los Angeles. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and of course, God bless. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.